Hello and welcome back to FPS Creator Classics, where we take a look at interesting and original games developed in FPS Creator. Now, if you've watched much of this series before, you'll know that I've played a few zombie games that were made in FPSC. Not normally the biggest fan of them, but this one keeps being recommended to me. This is Darkest Island, which was released at the very tail end of 2006. It was developed by Luke314Pi, otherwise known as Luke Porter. He made this game with his little brother, just as a kind of really a test of FPSC. I think he was just sort of experimenting with making a slightly longer game, and it was really just made for him and his mates, but his little brother sort of cajoled him into releasing it online, and it seems to have stuck in the memory of a lot of old FPSC users. As I say, I keep getting recommended this game, so I am interested to see what's so enticing about it. It's, as you can see, a two-part game, part 1 and part 2. Each contain, I think, 5 levels. I think, actually, no, part 2 may contain 6. So, yeah, we've got 11 levels to get through, and if you want to get it running in your screen resolution, you should go into the root folder of each part, go into System, Game, and then here's the Setup INI. And then you can see I've added in my screen resolution there. I'm sure you can add yours in, and it should work fine, I guess. I don't know. I've not yet to try it, so let's wait and see. I assume this means this game has been packed with something, because there's an exe file that kind of sits above everything else. But anyway, so just before we get started, I'll give you a little bit of backstory on the game. Darkest Island is the story of a man named Daniel who wakes up in a bloody hospital bed on a remote island with no knowledge of how he got there. A girl's voice echoes in his mind, begging for him to come and rescue her and promising to help him get off the island. Daniel finds that this hospital is actually a research facility and the inhabitants are no longer human. These zombie-like creatures are not the only enemies that Daniel makes. Soon he has armed soldiers hunting him as well. The story of the facility unfolds as Daniel makes his way into the dark centre of the island. So, mysterious. Let's take a look. Darkest Island, Part 1, which I think is the opening 5 levels. Oh, and that's interesting. We've got that's an extremely gory opening logo. I like it. Dead Teddy Games. So, FPSC did have this functionality, I think, to put your own kind of studio logo at the beginning, but not that many developers took advantage of it. Or maybe, perhaps that's to do with the third-party bit of software that's been used to pack this game, potentially. Okay, we're holding on this logo for some time. I don't know if should I click? What happens if I click? Okay, right, we're here. Darkest Island. And some custom menu art, which looks cool. Thank you, NVIDIA. Right, new game. Daniel fixed his gaze on Karen's had to be Karen, didn't it? On Karen's picture, tracing the lines of her face and drinking in the memories. His wife had been dead for 4 months now, but she had consumed his every waking thought. He spent several more minutes in front of her picture, and then silently headed down the hall to bed. His sleep was so deep that he did not hear his bedroom door open, and did not feel the needle penetrate the skin on his arm. Ooh, that's Hey, I like that. On the menu art, can you see the reflection of Daniel in the picture? And we even have an opening cinematic, basic though it was. That was cool. FPSC characters don't open their eyes, so that's obviously been added afterwards. Wow, what has been going on in here? This is, very bloody.
Hello, Daniel.
What the hell? Where am I?
Daniel, I need your help. They're going to kill me.
Who's there? Where are you?
They have taken you, just like they took me. You're on the island.
What island? How did I get here?
They brought you here, just like they brought me here.
But who are they? Who are you? Hello?
Okay. Right, enter does nothing. Is there a key? I'm pressing E, I'm pressing enter, I'm just seeing if No, E is definitely peak. So, or do I just click? No. What? Well, it would help if I could get out of the room, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do. F? Ah, F. Right, okay. That's interesting. Right, cool. So F is kind of like the use key. Yeah, I think there was a fad of games that used F as a use key. No ambience at all at the moment. It's quiet. Too quiet. Okay. Right, well, we have a knife. That's good. Whatever's going on in this facility, we're a little bit more prepared. Ah, okay, that's what's going on in this facility. Yeah, the melee animations in FPSC aren't that great, but... Okay, this bow-legged nurse. What are you going to do? Bleed on me? Right. Okay. So we have zombie doctors. Zombie nurses. Yeah, the lighting effects on that corpse are not great, but never mind. Let's continue on.
What the hell were those things?
Yeah.
They are what you will become.
Oh.
What do I need to do? You need to give me more information.
Not now. They know I'm communicating with you.
How are you talking to me anyways? It's like you're inside my head.
I can't explain right now. Just keep heading for the center of the island. Please hurry. I don't have much time.
At least tell me your name.
Angela.
I'll be there as soon as I can, Angela.
So, it looks like the story is mostly delivered through these sort of inner monologues, these audio files. Ah, we have a gun. Excellent. And the occasional cutscene, potentially. They sound quite low quality in terms of like recording quality, but that may be to try and cram as many of them in as possible. Okay, we don't need any health, but good to know that there's one there. Oh god. Wait, this one's blonde, I think. Oh my god. Okay, so if they get close to you, you get damaged. They don't really do a melee animation, they literally just damage you. I don't suppose there's any other health packs around here, are there? Because I don't like being on 70 already. Another game where we start with 200 health, which I always find very strange. Like, why not just make it 100? And just make them damage less? Right, so, here we are. This game dating from 2006. There hadn't been... Ah, hang on. Here is a photo of the island. Oh, I need to get some... There we go. I need some contrast so I can actually read that properly. It looks like I might be in the Caribbean. Where is a photo of the island? Am I missing some... Oh, no. There it is on the floor. Okay. Cool. So, in the Caribbean, eh? Ah! You know what, I'm not going to mess around with this. I have a gun, let's use it. So, as I was saying, at this stage we have more story. Okay, so this is all about...
My file.
Yes, you were kept sedated, just like most of the subjects here prior to their transformation.
But 6 months. I don't remember any of it.
Okay, so just reading through all the notes here, summary of results. They've been testing on me for some time. 6 months, apparently. Yeah, so interesting. Phase 2 transformation failure. Severe pain has caused patient to become comatose. And then patient is not responding to alternative testing, continue monitoring for 2 weeks. So what have they been doing to me? And we have a body bag, so not everyone survived this testing. Okay, so maybe I was quick to judge by saying that most of the story was going to be delivered through low quality audio files. There are some sprites that are popping up on screen. We've even had a very short basic cutscene. What was that? Something growled at me. Oh my god. I didn't see that. What did that say? Flashlight controls. G turns it on. H turns it off. It never runs out of batteries. What a world we live in. Limitless flashlight. Well, we're not short of enemies here in this opening level. We are being set upon by all manner of...
Daniel, take that red vial specimen on the table. There are more of these scattered around this area. They will help us to purge your body of the infection once we reach the secondary lab. Collect as many as you can.
Okay, that was quite low quality, but I think I got the gist of that. We need to collect those red vials. They have, yeah, something in them that helps. Okay, what do we think? Main entrance upstairs. Really? So that must mean that we're underground?
Take as much ammo as you can. This is the only stockpile left on the island.
Okay.
This is enough to take over a small country.
This island is a small country.
Why would a hospital have so much ammo? Well, I guess if they're doing crazy experiments. Oh, I didn't go up to the entrance. Okay, well, never mind. 6 months. Those two words kept repeating in Daniel's mind like the ringing of a bell. He had lost 6 months of his life as a rat in an experiment. A sharp pain erupted in his stomach. The experiment was not over yet. He was still just a rat running on a wheel. Daniel gripped his gun tighter and moved forward into the lower part of the laboratory. That was my dramatic reading of that. But yeah, it's cool that we're getting little bits of story delivered to us, drip-fed through various means. Oh, that's a shame. Anyway, let's ignore that skybox error, or door error, and I can hear something. Can't get in there. Alright. We have some directions here. What is that? There is something roaming around. Okay, some sort of generator. I feel the need to keep looking behind me just in case this thing's gonna creep up on me. That's locked. Satellite accumulation point. Interesting. I suppose really I should be trying to use that knife. Conserve ammo as much as possible, but... Okay, we have some kind of ward here with this patrolling doctor. So far, the level design's not bad. It's a little bit basic, but where did you come from? Picked up a bio sample. Yeah, so like I say, a little bit basic, and the lighting is okay. The light maps are quite low quality, I would say. But, you know, we've got a little bit of music. Got some creepy shadows. Lots of bloodstains on the wall. So far, pretty standard FPSC horror. Secure patient to gurney or table with lined ankle and wrist restraints. Depending on which test group the patient is in, the patient may attempt to attack you using hands, feet, and teeth. Wear protective gear at all times. Patients are highly contagious, and experimental viral infections are passed through bodily fluids. Connect patient to EKG machine. Insert 2 intravenous tubes into each arm. Administer the drugs in this order. Saline solution to flush the intravenous line. 100 milligrams of pancuronium bromide, paralyzing agent to prevent seizures during the termination procedure. 400 milligrams of potassium chloride, toxic agent, which induces cardiac arrest. After the termination, place body in a body bag and deliver to medical examiner in morgue A or B for autopsy and disposal. Do not stray from this procedure without proper authorization. Okay. Pretty detailed instructions there for, well, killing someone, basically. What are they doing here? This wall looks fake. I can tell it looks fake because the light mapping doesn't really work. You know, it kind of goes from an area of shadow and suddenly light, and it just sort of doesn't really fit in. Yeah, I saw that one coming. That's more because I'm experienced with FPSC more than anything else. I know your tricks, Luke. Don't think you can pull the wool over my eyes. So this being a relatively early FPSC game, it was somewhat limited both in terms of graphics and...
The main entrance is locked. You'll have to take the tunnels beneath the island.
Okay, so tunnels beneath the island. I guess that's where I'm heading to now. Yeah, so this is presumably a level transition. Yeah, okay, so we're going to get some more story, I would think. Angela, why were these experiments happening? What the hell were they trying to create? Asked Daniel as he felt Angela connect to his mind. Genetically enhanced soldiers with increased strength and intelligence. Well, they got the strength part right. Yeah, that's true, actually. They're not the smartest of enemies.
Angela?
Yes, but they will be coming for me soon.
Why do they want to kill you?
I hold the secret to the destruction of this facility.
Tell me. I can help you.
Not now, but soon.
At least tell me who is behind all this. Is the program backed by a militant government?
This is a privately owned facility.
And who owns it?
They are listening to our conversation right now. If I tell you, your path will not only be blocked by these creatures, but by the soldiers as well.
I can handle the soldiers.
Very well. The man who owns this island is Trevor Starnum. He also owns Starnum Industries, a technology manufacturing company. This nameless island is a few hundred miles off the coast of Brazil. He has been pouring money into this facility for years. Once he perfects the formula for enhanced soldiers, he's going to sell it to the highest bidder.
His soldiers are coming for you right now?
Yes, I have sealed myself inside the hangar bay, but they are trying to break through as we speak.
Shit, how close am I?
You're going to be traveling to the secondary laboratory. From there you will make your way to the military facility. The hangar is on the opposite side of that facility.
Understood.
Okay, thought it was important I listened to that, so we got some context. So the experiments they're doing are to try and create genetically modified soldiers. We've seen things like this before in other games, I think. Whoa! Okay, I'll admit that one actually did sort of catch me off guard. Like these little forklift entities, they're cool. So, doesn't look like there's any shadows in this room. There's areas that are shaded in, but there's no actual shadows. I wonder if this is an FPSC error rather than a development choice. Well, we're not getting out that way. These boxes don't move. I wonder if I can... Oh, very clever. Very clever. That was cool. I like that little jumping puzzle. Wasn't your standard box stacking exercise, which they quite often are. So these ones seem faster. What's that up there? Oh no, it's just... I thought that might have been some collectible, but it's not. It's just literally pipes. So yeah, like I say, this being an early version of FPSC, well, not really early, but it, you know, there hadn't been that much content that had come out for it. There'd only been a few media packs, a few DLC packs. So yeah, I think what we're looking at here predominantly is content from the first 5 model packs. Model pack 1 and 2 were sort of modern day packs with, I mean, that's where those hospital walls came from. And then you also had model pack 3, which had some kind of industrial modern day sort of elements. Model pack 4 was characters, that's where the zombie doctors came from. And this weapon is from model pack 5. I've got a feeling these zombies, though, did actually come with the stock FPSC. To whomever finds this, I have locked myself in a utility room in an attempt to save myself from the chaos outside. The creatures that I helped create have overtaken the island. I have watched my co-workers and friends being bitten by the creatures. They would stiffen and appear to be dead. Then their skin would start to bubble, and a horrific noise would come from inside their bodies. After several minutes of writhing in pain, they would become creatures themselves. There was no moral directive or passion for me to create these monsters. I was simply doing my job, which I was very well paid for. It sounds like a weak excuse, but it has made it easier to survive the last few days as everything went to hell. My co-workers enjoyed playing God, and now they are all dead. I hope that as you are reading this, the facility has been cleared of creatures and quarantined. If not, I suggest you get off the island immediately. There is only death here. Sincerely, Jeffrey Blaine, genetic researcher. So I like the way we're finding little notes here that kind of tell us a bit more about the island and the experiments that were going on here. This looks sus. Okay, well, that was a strong plank of wood. Oh, we have some atmospheric music now. Things are about to get creepy. So it's becoming quite varied, I would say, the environments. We've had a hospital environment, and we've had this now, sort of these underground tunnels. Some more industrial areas as well with the kind of loading bay. And now the music's picking up, I feel the need to run a bit faster. Doing okay for health. As Daniel dropped into the lower tunnels, the darkness seemed to swallow him whole. He turned his thoughts to his wife in an attempt to keep himself from going insane. The memories washed over him once again. "Oh, Karen," he sighed. "Karen?" asked Angela. "Karen was my wife. She was killed by a burglar whilst I was in Iraq. I'm so sorry, Daniel." Yeah, of course. I mean, this game coming out in 2006, I mean, Iraq would have been, yeah, very present back in the day. So, yeah, important to set these games in historical context. Still good for health. So yeah, I would say level design is a little bit sparse so far. There's not a huge number of kind of entities to populate the world. That may have been a deliberate choice to try and keep the level size down, but also it may just be, yeah, just the developer not wanting to do stuff like that. Huh. So yeah, so FPSC didn't do water very well back in the day, and the closest you could get was to place an animated sprite on the floor that had this kind of texture. All this is a sprite sheet basically. It's, I think, about 16 frames that are just played in rapid succession. And there was one of the DLC packs that came out quite early on was Benji's animated sprite pack, and it had a number of different effects in it. It had fire and smoke and things, but it also had these flat sort of decals which were animated like this to give you a kind of a water effect. And there were various different versions. I think there was a slime version, and there was one that was sort of like pebbles, like a stream going over pebbles, babbling brook type of thing. But yeah, so little tricks like that were used, you know, quite commonplace back in the day. You can choose between two paths here. Starnum soldiers are through door 2. Wait, T2. Which is T2? This is T2. Okay, but through door T1, you may find many physical obstacles to overcome. Ah, okay, so I'm being given a choice here between, do I want to do some platforming or do I want to shoot my way out? Well, first things first, I'm actually going to try and save here because I may want to play both at a later stage. But I'm not a massive fan of FPSC's platforming mechanics, so I think I'm going to go for T2 and face off against some soldiers. Yeah, so here's a common problem with FPSC games. It's nothing to do with the developer, this is all engine. If a character dies next to a wall, it will play a death animation and then it will freeze on the last frame of the death animation. So in this case, the character has probably stood about here. I shot it, decreased its health to 0. It played its death animation, which was it falling backwards, and collision turns off for that bit. So the thing just literally clips through the wall and then it just freezes. So yeah. That's the side effect of that. The corpse is now frozen on the last frame of that animation with its legs pointing out of the wall, which, yeah, is not amazing. See, look, this one's pointing out of a box. Yeah, it's pretty common in FPSC. It wouldn't be until much, much later when... oh my god, he has a bazooka. Wow. That's crazy. Who uses a bazooka indoors? Honestly, we haven't had madness like that since... Legend of Cthulhu. Okay. Alright, I wonder if I can go back through that door. So this is what I would have had to have gone through. I can actually kind of see this now. So there's some, yeah, platforming bits. Oh, it looks like I just would have had to run over stuff and not get spiked. Okay, fair enough. Although I don't know why that wooden plank is making a metal sound when I run across it. But yeah, so like I say, it wouldn't be till a long time afterwards that ragdoll physics were introduced into FPSC, and that kind of made things... Oh, there's more. Okay, I can hear sounds as if I'm picking up their guns, but I'm just trying to out the different number keys. Okay, they're using MP40s. World War II submachine guns, but never mind. The slots for the weapons are a bit interesting. So 1 is our dagger, 2 is our pistol, so far so good. But then 3, 4, 5, and 6 do nothing. 7 is our AK, and 8 is our MP40. 9 is a bazooka, because we need a bazooka indoors, obviously. So yeah, not sure what that's all about, but I'm pretty sure you did have control over the slots. Anyway, let's move on. The Purification. As soon as Daniel stepped into the elevator, he suddenly collapsed to the floor. It was difficult to breathe. Daniel's body was betraying him. The changes made to his genetic structure were threatening to transform him into one of the creatures of this island. After a few minutes, Daniel could breathe again, but the transformation would soon begin. Or would begin soon, I should say. So, we may yet become a zombie. That's interesting. That would be an interesting take on this.
I'm not feeling so good.
The transformation is starting sooner than expected. You need to hurry to the secondary lab.
Okay, let's see if I can head off this infection or whatever they've done to me. Check every door, see what's in here. Just servers and stuff. Why would I want to enter the restroom stall? I'm pressing enter. Is it this one? I'm pressing enter. Maybe it's F. Okay, that's actually a lie then, so it's F. And why would I want to... Well, there's nothing in here. I thought there might be like some ammo or something. Something hidden by the developer. Okay, yeah, I didn't want to see that. Well, anyway. Wow, okay. Party been going on here. Look at this, pentagrams and all sorts. So, yeah. Things are getting pretty messed up here on the island. Now, do I go up or do I go down? Let's go up. I'm not 100% sure where we are in terms of what this bit of the facility is all about. Ah, we have a sniper rifle. Who knows what slot that's in? Slot 3. Okay, that makes no sense, but good that we've got an extra weapon. Yeah, I like the AK. I also like the MP40. Let's use some of this for a while. So yeah, in fact, I used this MP40 in several of my own games. If you couldn't afford to buy one of the model packs, wow, they did not want to die. They were, yeah, quite difficult to kill. Yeah, so if you couldn't afford the model packs, then you were pretty much limited to World War II or sci-fi weapons. There were a couple that were sort of modern, in inverted commas, but yeah, they weren't that great. And Model Pack 5, which is where... Actually, no, not these walls. I think we have seen some Model Pack 5 assets, but that's where you started to get other guns come in. But I don't know if you can tell, but the weapon models for Model Pack 5, I mean, they just have a different art style to the ones that came with FPSC by sort of the stock ones. Yeah, they have this weird sort of like grain to them. I'm not sure what that's about, whether it's the way they were compressed or what, but... Okay, I can't get through that door. I can just see slivers of the skybox underneath. That's a bit of a shame, but never mind. So was there any reason for me to come down here, or was I literally just exploring for the sake of exploring? Yeah, there's nothing down here. Okay, never mind. I best hurry. I don't want this infection to take hold, or whatever it is, this transformation. Otherwise I'll end up becoming a zombie. Also, I'm quite interested... Whoa! It's all going on out here. God, I'm gonna die. Ah. There we go. Excellent. So, right, we have one of the sci-fi mech characters. So we have, we now have cyborg soldiers as well. So a rare outdoor environment for FPSC, particularly of this time period. But, okay, let's just pause for a second and let me just say the lighting is kind of a bit odd. I mean, we've got these really dark shadows here, and yet we are in a bright sunlit day. Yeah, it doesn't really make a huge amount of sense to me. I mean, I get that they want it to be kind of mysterious and have those shadows there, but, yeah, I'm not really sure. Maybe should have picked a different skybox, possibly, but then again, it is a tropical island. Right, level complete. Okay, part 1 complete. So, time to begin part 2. So, just while this end game screen is here, and we'll come out of this. So far, yeah, not bad. It's a little basic in terms of its level design and entity placement. I've talked a lot in the past about the sort of palette of entities that you use in a level. You know, you tend to develop a sort of a set sort of pool of different boxes and crates, pipes and tables and things that you just use over and over and over again. And it's important to have some variety in there, because otherwise the game starts to seem a bit samey. This game, it has that feeling slightly. It definitely feels like an early FPSC game, and part of that is down to the design of the levels. But having said that, I'm enjoying the story of the game and the way it's delivered. So yeah, having a variety of different... it's like a mixed media type thing. You've got audio files, you've got these sprites, these notes that we're finding, and the occasional video cutscene, although so far we've only had one. But yeah, so, and it's quite an interesting story. I mean, it's tropes that we've seen many times before, I think, but yeah, it'd be interesting if we do actually become a zombie. That would be, you know, for the second half of the game, that would be cool. So let's just wait and see. Maybe that is the reason why this game is split in two. You know, maybe suddenly we'll, you know, start this this section of the game, and suddenly our hands will be zombified. So, part 2 of Darkest Island. Let's jump straight in. Purifying his body of the experiment would be a painful process that could, I can't read that because of Nvidia, that could what? Claim his life. But Daniel was resolved not to die here, and he was not going to let Angela die as well. She was counting on him. And there was also that little voice inside of him, whispering that if he rescued Angela, maybe Karen would forgive him for not being there to protect her. Maybe the guilt that weighed down his soul would finally be lifted. So that's the other thing. There's all that kind of extra stuff going on in the background that's, you know, tangentially connected to the story. Hopefully we'll meet Angela at some point. I don't know. She said she was holed up in an aircraft hangar, so presumably that's where we're headed. Oh wow, okay. Okay, so this is the downside of splitting your game into 2 exe files. It won't carry across any of the information about what weapons you had, what ammo you had, or what health you had from part 1. So they have to give you all this stuff at the start of the game, and you can only assign one weapon to the player, to a player start marker. So if you want to give them back all their weapons, as far as I'm aware, back in the day, this was the only way you could do it. Literally just have a big old pile of them down here that you pick up. So now the slots have changed. So 1 is now our pistol. We've got rid of the dagger altogether. 2 is this sort of axe, fire axe. 3 is our knife now. 5 is our sniper rifle. And that's it. I think we don't have our AK anymore. So okay, never mind. We had fun with the AK and the MP40, but they are gone for now. Whoa! Oh my god, there's another one? Any more? I used to do stuff like this, spawning stuff in as you got near to drop on you. I'm pretty sure I played that trick in Acid Factory. I swear I've never played this game before, but I don't know. Just common tropes of FPSC horror games. Purification chamber. Oh, that sounds like something I'm interested in. Once I've had a look around here. Okay, he just literally popped out of a... whatever this is. And there's another one. Really? Does this... are you going to just keep spawning forever? Right. That... I genuinely thought I'd spawned a 4th zombie from that. So, a lot of this science lab content is all stock with FPSC, comes as part of their sci-fi assets that come with the engine. Right, purify me.
This is the first part of the regeneration chamber. Place the biospecimens you have collected into the extraction machine in the corner of the room. Then you can proceed into the next room.
What have I got to do? Am I in the corner of the room? Well, that was the corner. Well, it says extraction in progress. I'm assuming that just means it's done it. Oh, I did. Ah, okay. These have these appeared? Were these here originally? I don't know. It would be cool if this made a noise. That's the only thing I will say about the sound. I mean, all right, audio log's great. You know, there's some atmospheric music, but there's no ambience. Kind of makes these levels feel a bit dead, which I guess they are because they're full of undead.
You'll be injected with the serum while the platform moves throughout a radiation field. This will expel all traces of the infection from your body.
Okay. Cool. So I guess I'm getting on this moving platform then. I probably have to jump over it. Ow.
When the platform stops, move into the disinfection room. After you have revived completely, use the switch on the wall to open the door.
I did not catch a word of that. I was plugging my headphones in a bit, but the steam is too loud. I couldn't hear that. I guess it... Wait, what? Hold on. What does that mean? I just pressed F and it opened a door, so hopefully that is good. I don't have any sprites anymore for those doors. I wonder if that's something that's failed to copy over, or something that isn't reading properly for whatever reason. That's going to be a bit annoying if that's for the whole of this section of the game.
Daniel, this is Trevor Starn.
Hello, Stardom.
I want to warn you that I know what you're trying to do, and I will not let you succeed.
Where are you right now, Stardom?
In the hangar, trying to find your friend.
Well then, I'll see you soon.
You'll never make it that far.
We'll see.
Okay. Would have been cool if they'd made a little bit more of this extraction process. I mean, I appreciate the coloured lighting and everything and a few sci-fi props, but again, more ambience. Yeah, would have been cool if that was better. Okay, level complete. The long road. Daniel could feel the energy returning to his body. This renewal, combined with his hatred of Starnum, drove him forward with new vigour. He was looking forward to putting a bullet through Starnum's head. He focused all of his anger and fear onto that single satisfying image. Man, he sounds like a bit of a sadistic person, this Daniel.
Watch out for snipers ahead.
Snipers. Ah, we have a tool for that. Okay, so it's one of, I think that's 60. You can see the HUD alignment issues in the top left corner. That's because FPSC was designed to run on 4:3 monitors, and now we're playing it in 16:9. It keeps messing up the alignment of the... What is triggering? Lots of things are triggering. I don't like it. Or maybe something's just triggering over and over again. Basically, FPSC's grid system, right? So you would, it's, as I say, it's a grid system that you lay these levels out on. And if you wanted to trigger something, you'd place a trigger zone on one of the squares that you knew a player would walk through. So you could put it like outside this door, because you know that the player is going to open the door and he's going to walk over that spot. And you can use that to trigger the spawning of enemies or various different things, music, videos, all sorts. And I don't quite know why we keep getting a reload sound or that trigger noise. It's... Oh my god, the reload animation takes forever! So something else that was standard in FPSC was this ability to spawn copies of an entity upon its death. So if you killed an enemy, you could say, okay, I want it to spawn 3 more times after it dies. So that means you would you'd end up having to fight 4 copies of the same entity, or same enemy, I should say. Not many users use that because it does seem a bit weird to face off against an enemy and then kill it and then immediately have it pop up again, but Luke 314 Pi taking full advantage of that feature. Okay, well, I will go that way, but I do just want to see what's around here. I don't have a huge amount of health. This does not seem to be doing anything. Why are you not dying? Okay, that one I did miss, but the other ones, you saw the blood splats. I've definitely been hitting this enemy. That's ridiculous. I'm going to go and see if there's some health down here. There is some health. Good. And... okay, we have a new gun. And more health. Good stuff. So I'm not sure what version of FPSC this was made in. Okay, a zombie just walked right past me. Okay, maybe it's not that he's respawning enemies as soon as they die. Maybe it's that they fall down and then stand back up. Ah, well, actually, I'm not so sure, because actually that one does seem to be spawning from that corner all the time. Any more for any more? Ooh, hello. Got a real soft spot for the P90. Very cool gun. Okay, right. Well, we used almost all the ammo for that, so let's not use that too much. Okay, so another level complete. Daniel, the only available path to the military facility is through this warehouse. Angela, once I find you, how are we going to get off this island? Is the hangar well stocked? There are several helicopters and planes. If you can fly... Oh, we missed that. Okay, never mind. Perhaps I should have read that a bit quicker, but... okay, so heading towards this hangar, we have to try and save Angela. I have this feeling that Angela's not who she says she is. Maybe I'm worrying unnecessarily, but... okay, let's see what I can do about this zombie. Zombie security guard now. We've had zombie doctors, zombie nurses, full on just naked zombies, and now we've got zombie security guards. And once again, you kill one, and another one spawns in its place, and then another, and then another. Okay. Pistol's not really doing the job for me. I want something better. Where was that shotgun type thing? Yeah, here we go. So like I say, fairly sparse entity placement. It's all looking a little bit bare at the moment. But that may have been a conscious effort. Or it could just literally be, you know, it could literally just be that it takes time to put levels together, and the fewer things you put in your level, the faster you can build them. And this is a 11 level game, I think, so it must have taken quite a while to put together. It was a project between a guy and his brother, really just for their friends, so I guess they probably weren't taking it too seriously. I mean, attention to detail, like these lights are just literally hanging in free space, so yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say it necessarily breaks the immersion of the game, but you definitely know it's a game. Do you know the main thing that breaks the immersion of the game for me is the lack of ambient sound? Why is it so quiet in here? I mean, no music. Okay, we're not getting out that way. I wonder if this is another jumping puzzle. I wonder if I have to jump on these forklifts, or maybe I'm going to go out this way? No? Okay. I'm not 100% sure where I'm headed. I know that there's... Can I get up there? Isn't that where I just came from? Okay, right, so... Oh, I hate jumping puzzles. Right, okay. Got to concentrate on this. Nothing but the sound of my own failure to keep me company. Okay. Awesome. So we're through the warehouse. We must be closing in on the hangar now. 3 sides at war. As Daniel approached the military facility, he heard a man screaming in pain. He knew it was one of Starnum's soldiers. This was their base of operations, and it sounded like the creatures decided to pay them a surprise visit. Daniel had to smile a little bit at this. They could all hack each other to pieces for all he cared. Yeah, Daniel really is a bit of a sadistic bastard, isn't he? Alright. Forget what level this is in this second part. Is this 3rd level, 4th level? So, base of operations, and we've ended up in a... Well, what can best be described as a castle, I guess. Or a bunker. A lot of these assets come from stock FPSC. The pillars, the tables, the bunker style walls, all part of the World War II assets that came with FPSC. Yeah, I thought there might be some sort of audio log there, but no. Well, we have plans, but there's really nothing to see there. That's a shame. Just before I disappear down there. Didn't I miss something by going this way? What was over here? Nah, nothing. Okay. Ammunition shells. And some gas bottles of some description. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, a lot of the entities don't seem to have shadows on them, so I'm guessing this is what you would call quick light mapping. FPSC had 3 different lighting modes. It could do no light mapping at all, which you know, you didn't get any sort of... I think you might have got shading, but you didn't get any kind of dark areas in your room. Quick light mapping just, I think, did segments. It didn't do any of the entities. And then full light mapping took into account your entities. Full light mapping took a lot longer, and I think the light maps themselves were bigger and higher quality, so they took up more memory, and they often made games, particularly around this, during these early days of FPSC, quite unstable. So a lot of developers didn't really like using full light mapping. Okay, so zombie just chowing down on a soldier there. Things are getting pretty, I wouldn't say tense, but we're definitely getting towards the business end of the story. So the zombies have broken into this military facility, and we're really just stumbling across what they've been up to. It's a good job these boxes were here to keep him... Oh, okay, they are dynamic. Okay, he could have moved those, but he didn't. Fair enough. It's a good job zombies are stupid that they can't actually get past a few cardboard boxes. Okay. This must have been some kind of holding cell, I guess. Whoa. I like the force that this shotgun thing seems to deal out. It's quite a powerful level. Hang on a second. You gave me keys, but I didn't need to use them. Okay, never mind. The underground garage was the last step on the road to the hangar. Daniel knew that a confrontation with Starnham was unavoidable, but he was not afraid. Redemption was finally at hand. He would be able to forgive himself for Karen's death and go home to a new life. Daniel forced himself to push aside the feelings of calmness and peace that these thoughts provided. This was not a time for peace. This was a time for war. I made up that last sentence because I couldn't read it fast enough, but I'm assuming that's what it said. Words to the effect of. In case you missed it earlier in the story, we are an ex-soldier that came back from Iraq to find that we had been... to find our wife had been murdered by burglars. Oh, okay. Okay, so moments like this are where it really breaks the immersion. So I know that the developer didn't mean to have that door still be dynamic and openable, but the fact that I could just look out and see not only nothing, but just the skybox. Yeah, okay, never mind. We'll ignore that. That's kind of like, you know, if the wall of a set were to fall down or something and you could kind of see what's behind it. So yeah, our character, Daniel, as I say, ex-soldier, comes back from Iraq to find his wife is murdered. Oh god. Did you... Oh, frame rate dip. Blimey, that is awful. FPSC was full of those sort of weird spikes of frame rate dips. I have no idea what that was all about. I'm pointing at the floor now and I can't replicate it, but if I just move forward slightly... Ooh, ouch. Normally it's something to do with physics or... yeah, FPSC wasn't very good at like culling bits of the level. You know, when you kind of walk through this door, the rest of the room behind and all the corridor that we've been through doesn't need to be rendered, so it tends to be dispensed from memory, or at least it should be. But FPSC was never very good at doing that. The cause of a lot of memory issues in FPSC. So the only thing I will say is that this this whole endeavour to train these super soldiers with this serum or whatever it was, I mean, it's created a lot of zombies, but it's also created me, which, you know, this Daniel character, who has so far been completely unstoppable in his quest to reach Angela. And I just wonder if there's one final twist in the story. Okay, That's a bit of a shame, the fact that, again, I can see the skybox through the floor. So yeah, attention to detail, not always the best, it has to be said. Oh wow, we are out. Not good. What have I got? Right. So let's just take a quick... Let's take stock of our weapons. I've got a few bullets left for the P90, but that is about it. Maybe I'm down to the pistol. Oh god, I haven't got very many for the pistol either. Right. I really hope that there's one of those, like, deliberate final, like, pre-final boss battle rooms that you often find in games where they suddenly give you all of the health and all of the ammo and you can just stock up before your final confrontation, because I'm telling you, it's going to go down with this Starnum guy and we're going to need it. Okay, there is a thing here that I can do. Alright. What is this?
Game over, Daniel. Don't move off that platform if you want to live.
What do you want, Starnum?
I will not allow you and Angela to continue using my facility for your experiments.
What the hell are you talking about? All I want is to get off this island.
And what about Angela?
If I can save her from you and your men, then I plan on taking her with me.
Oh, Daniel. You really have no clue, do you?
Angela told me all about this facility and your sick experiments.
Did she tell you I shut down the facility over a year ago?
What?
After I saw the disgusting results of the experiments, I pulled the plug. I left the task of shutting down the facility to my associate, Angela Norton. I just found out that Angela has been continuing the operations of this facility without my knowledge. She has kept my scientist prisoner here, working on making better creatures. The scientists made breakthroughs in the creature's strength and agility. They also discovered a side effect of extrasensory mental abilities, such as telepathy. Angela had them isolate that ability and develop it further. But further tests require further test subjects. Angela began harvesting dozens of people and bringing them to the island here for her experiment.
Oh my god.
After the scientists had developed the telepathy gene further, with good results, Angela decided to test it on herself. It's what she always wanted. But she went insane and decided that she no longer needed the scientists. She began to murder them one by one. The last scientist was able to flee from her and woke all of the creatures from their state of sedation. Creatures killed him and went after Angela. She sealed herself in the hangar to protect herself from them. I just assumed you were her bodyguard or her business partner.
Angela's been speaking to me the entire time.
I didn't even know you existed until you were picked up by my security cameras. Angela is using you, Daniel. She needed this facility to be cleared of creatures and soldiers. She found a perfect weapon in you.
Why should I believe you?
Look around you. Do you see any researchers or scientists? Any lab equipment taking readings or processing information? This facility is falling apart. This is no longer a research center. This is a nightmare.
Then why are you even here?
You see that black panel on the wall with the green light? It's a pack of highly compressed explosives. Over the last hour, my soldiers have placed these all over the island. After today, this island will just be another rock in the ocean. I'm not an evil man, Daniel. This was simply a business venture that failed. I am sorry for what has happened to you, and I do feel some responsibility. So I'm going to leave you one helicopter on the main landing pad. It's your choice whether or not you want to use it. These explosives will detonate in 25 minutes. I'm washing my hands of all of this.
Yeah, you're a great guy.
I'm giving you a chance to save your own life. It's your choice. I would suggest staying far away from Angela, though. Our infrared scans show that her body has mutated somehow. I don't even know what she's become. It doesn't matter anyways. In 25 minutes, she'll be a pile of ashes. Well, it's time for me to leave. My soldiers won't give you any more trouble. Good day.
Well, didn't I tell you? Daniel had never felt anything like the burning fury that was inside of him at that moment. Angela had manipulated him and stolen 6 months of his life. Worst of all, she had given him hope for a better future and then betrayed and destroyed it. Okay. Right, so, I told you, I knew Angela was up to no good. There was something just sus about
Hello,
her.
Danielle.
What the hell do you want?
Thank you for taking care of my little zombie problem.
Do you have anything else to say? I have a flight to catch.
There's only one path left, Daniel. We are still going to save you. We are leaving on that helicopter together.
I'm not leaving this island until there's a huge smoking hole in your head.
So, maybe we'll get to face off against Angela. But it sounds like she's not entirely human. Not anymore, anyway. So what... Oh, here we go. Landing... Ah. That is an issue. So, I guess I am going to the hangar. Because there's been a landslide. Or cave-in, or something. Roof collapse. What am I going to take into battle? I mean, Oh, this is 100% a boss battle, and I only have 22 bullets. Right, well, I'm actually going to save, because I suspect I will die. Alright, let's go.
What have you done to yourself?
If I am not leaving this island, then neither are you.
We'll see about that.
She's become a conker. And she's huge. Okay, nothing left on that. I think I've got loads of bullets for the sniper rifle. Oh, wow. Yeah, that did damage, didn't it? Take that. What? I think you might be stuck in the environment, love. Really? What do you mean that missed? Hang on a second, am I going to be able to complete this game if I can't kill this? Now what? Maybe that means you're dead. If I can open this door, that must mean you're dead. Oh, I missed that. I'm going to have to go back and play that again. Oh my god. Am I going to make it out in time? 25 minutes? That was not 25 minutes. Hey, nice cutscene. And some stock footage of a helicopter.
Congratulations, Daniel. You looked the devil in the face and didn't even blink. I could use a guy like you in my organization. I know about your wife, you know. You don't have any life to go home to. Think it over. I can give you a new life.
I might be interested.
I knew it. Meet me on my ship and we can discuss it further. I'm 5 miles due east of your location. I'll have a landing pad ready for you.
Okay, meet me up on the deck.
I'll be there. You won't regret this.
What? He just fired a rocket at me. Oh no, I fired a rocket at him. Okay, that makes sense.
You were right, Stardom. I don't regret that at all.
And there we go. I think I understand now, Karen. It wasn't my fault that you died. Even if it was, you would have still forgiven me. I can't change the past, but I also can't give up on the present. I need to make a new life for myself. Yeah, I'm sure we can fill in the blanks on that. So, Darkest Island. Well, I have to say, yeah, that was actually really fun. I mean, from a game design perspective, kind of a little bit shoddy, really. The levels weren't that well designed. The entity placement was pretty sparse and a bit samey. Entities were, as usual, pretty easy to kill. But, and this is a big but, the story was very well done. I thought the cutscenes were great. I thought the way the story was delivered through those kind of inner monologues and through the notes that we found throughout the level was good. I mean, I did kind of see the ending coming, but that's probably just because I'm cynical like that. But yeah, I mean, considering this was literally just put together as like a kind of a project for friends, I think, yeah, I'd be amazingly impressed with that if I was a friend of Luke Porter's back in the day and I played that. So yeah, really well done. Obviously, you know, lighting and level design, they could have been improved. But we were, you know, he was dealing with an early version of FPSC, so I don't know what kind of technical limitations there were. But he went to the effort of doing fully voiced cutscenes. And yeah, I thought the voice acting was actually pretty good considering it was just kind of amateurs. Aside from game development issues and technical issues, the thing that actually drew me to it was the obvious passion that went into that. Someone that just really loves making games, really loves playing games, and just wanted to deliver a story in an engaging way, and I think he succeeded. So that's it for this episode of FPS Creator Classics. If you want to play Darkest Island, there will be a link in the description, and as I say, I do recommend you check it out. So until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.